Pamela Armstrong, the president of Essence of Hope Breast Cancer Foundation. She will share with us details about the activities they've held thus far for the month and their Pink Walk event, which will be held tomorrow, October 29th. Good morning, Pamela. Welcome to Good Morning, SKN.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Our pleasure indeed. Please give us an overview of the activities the foundation has held thus far for this month.
Okay, well, I'm going to start. We started, I think it's in June.
Okay.
We had a cocktail.
June.
Yeah, we tried to alternate with a gala or a cocktail,
Okay.
but the pandemic came through, so we were on pause.
Okay.
So this year we came back and we had a cocktail at the Marriott, which was wonderful.
Lovely.
Because I think people were dying to get back out, so
Indeed.
we had that. And from then we had a few radio shows, radio talk shows. Yeah, we do that. This is the month, and we all come down to October. And in terms of events, we are just trying to ease back in from the pandemic.
Okay.
So we try not to put a lot of burden on the public
Okay.
in terms of funds.
Okay.
Even though we need it,
Yes.
we try not to. But one of our great event that we had was Ask the Doctor.
Okay.
And we had that, yes, we do that every year. So we had that on, so they say, TV.
Okay.
And that's an annual thing that we do. So we just had that 2 weeks ago, and it was very good, really informative.
Nice.
And we look forward for that. I mean, we had Powerhouse First Women. We had Dr. Woodley, first surgeon. Dr. Tate, first oncologist. Dr. Clark, first radiologist.
Nice.
And breast cancer thriver. So it was just a powerhouse of women. Lots of information. So that was good. And then we did church services, and we're still doing it.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, which is the biggest of all, is our Walk for the Cause.
Okay.
I call it Race for Life,
Okay.
walkathon. And that's tomorrow morning at 5:30. And that is always, other than the gala, always our major event.
Okay.
Well, you seem to have been very busy for an important cause.
Very, very, very busy. Believe me, very busy.
busy indeed.
Yes. And this is just, I call this year a very light year because, like I said, the pandemic. So this is the first year coming back, full bloom. So it's still light. But usually it's every week. Yes, every week we have to be on the go. Sometimes 3 times per week we have to be ready. Yes. Yes.
It's an important cause, so I totally
I
understand.
know, and you have to ask God for a little energy because you get tired.
Well, that's why you keep going to church.
I like that.
Exactly.
All right, so what I want to know about is the breast and health screenings that were held on October 8th.
Yes.
What was the turnout like? Was it
Okay.
as anticipated?
This on October 8th for the screening, we did not do the breast. We did, like the hypertension, the diabetes, those kind of things. Because according to the doctors, because we were in the square, we could not
Expose.
expose
Okay.
to, and something about the heat.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we didn't know.
Okay.
So that was a change.
Okay.
So we had to go, the regular.
Okay. So you spoke about the big walk that we're going to have tomorrow. So would persons have to register for the walk, or can you just come and join in the walk?
You had to register.
Okay.
I knew it. I didn't want to spin. You had to register, but registration closed. Something we started this year for the very first time.
Okay.
Is registration, because my house was really the production center.
Okay.
It still is. But registration was cut off on Sunday.
Okay.
So it's back to my house. But you do have to register to walk,
Okay.
because we like to keep a track, of everything. But you have to register. I mean, we prefer you register. So yes, today is the last call
Okay.
for registration. We will not do it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
We did in the past, and it's just a nightmare to do that and prepare.
Understood.
Yeah,
Yes.
so today is the last call. And may I say, we are going to be the Newtown Playfield opposite the Newtown Playfield. That's where, you could register today and pick up your shirts.
Okay. So where they normally play football?
Yes, opposite of there.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So you guys will have a tent and everything?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And our feather banners, so you can't miss Essence of Hope.
Okay,
You
no
will see the sign.
Well, I want to talk about the Ask the Doctor program that you mentioned.
Yes.
If you could give us some more insight as to some of the topics that were discussed, some of the questions that were asked that might have been a little more common.
It's all about breast.
Okay.
It's all about breast. And people wanted to know a lot of the myths and the truths. And some of the questions were, you wouldn't believe it, is breast cancer contagious? Yes, because some people think that. That's why we choose the theme this year, awareness is power. Because if you don't know, then you will be bombarded with all these, I call it foolish things that, because contagious? No. Even to get a mammogram, people thought that when you go to get a mammogram, and the machine, you can pick up breast cancer from the machine. So it's a lot of things. And the doctors, like Dr. Woodley, she's a surgeon, and she, would explain, you go get your mammogram, which is at Dr. Clark's office or Dr. Hodge's office, and they would pick up whatever film, dark spot, and send it off. No, get it tested, send it off. And then that's coming from the mammogram. And then you would see Dr. Woodley. Now, if it's cancerous, so these were all explained. So we go from one to the next to the next. If it's cancerous, then here comes the oncologist, which is Dr. Tate.
Yes.
And then Dr. Tate would, walk you through what kind of treatment you need. So, and then we had the thriver. She does not like to be called a survivor, a thriver.
Yeah.
And from Dr. Woodley, from Dr. Tate, then you had the thriver who walked you through what she went through in terms of treatment. So it was a lot, and it is a lot to take in. It is a lot to take in. One thing that I think we're going to try next is the family, the caretakers, because they get the bulk of that.
Okay.
And that's something that we need to stress on, is to bring light to caretakers.
That's very
because
important.
very important. A lot of them still don't even know how to take care of. And that goes in terms of your emotional being. How do I take care of you, still smile
Yeah.
while you're going through this? So it's a lot. It's a lot. This cancer thing, it's a lot. And it's draining also on everyone in terms of your pocket too.
Yes.
It's everything is wrong about this disease, just wrong.
So I understand that there's an interesting story to tell us about the naming of the foundation.
Yes, it is. I know that the foundation was going to be started.
Okay.
There was no name. What were we going to name this, or what was I going to name this foundation? And at the time, I was not living here. I was living abroad and getting ready to move back home. And I didn't know what's going to be the name of this group. What is going to be the name of this group? And lo and behold, I was, maybe around this time in the morning, I was laying in bed and I sat up because there was a commercial on and there was a candle and it was lit and it had hope something. And I was like, hope, that's one word. But it must have something in front of hope. And a light bulb went off in my head. Essence of hope. Up. Here we are 13 years later.
13, congrats.
Thank you. So we are a teenager this year.
Lovely, I like it.
Yes.
So what was the motivation behind starting such a foundation?
Oh, I'm going to smile through it. It's so many of my girlfriends that got diagnosed and they didn't make it. And I think now that I'm on my toes, maybe I'm past my fingers, so I'm down to my toes. And these were all in the States where I worked. And it seemed as though every job that I went to and I befriended someone, later on they'll tell me I'm diagnosed with breast cancer. So I went through that. And then I had a very, very, very close friend of mine. Her name was Annette Jenkins, in Jenkins Funeral Home, daughter of. And she was my very good friend, and she was diagnosed. And where I was working at the time, my co-worker that sits right across from my cubicle, she was also diagnosed. So I had Annette here and my friend. So both were going through at the same time. So I would, transfer information from one to the other, and then Annette passed. And Wendy passed shortly after. Then I got a transfer to Atlanta, not knowing that the position that I was going to fill for that person was also diagnosed with breast cancer stage 4. So it was like, why is this thing following me? Why is this following me? And I keep going to all these walks. As soon as someone passed or diagnosed, I was going to all these walks because I thought, that's my way of giving back. And when Annette passed, I went to Atlanta. Shirley passed. Her name was Shirley. She passed. And I said, I've got to do more than walking. I've got to do something. And the only way to do something is in my country. So at the time, the Honorable Marcella Lippert was the Minister of Health. And I reached out to her, and we started talking. And she said, great idea. And I came home, and we put everything together. And I got members. I got, girls that I know. And guys, too.
Yes.
And we just formed Essence of Hope, and here we are. Yes, and that's how we started. So all this is in remembrance of them.
I was about to ask you, about that, whether you find this to be not only therapeutic, but speaking to their legacy somewhat.
Yes, yes. It was very hard at first, but as the years go by, and for me, like tomorrow, that's when I, start getting the little goosebumps, and I feel really, really, really good to see it started out just 400 people, and now we are over 1,800, hoping tomorrow is 2,000. Yes. So, and that's why I saw the candle, hope. Essence of hope. Yes. So, I feel really good when I see people on this movement. It used to be a walk, but I call it a movement now because there's so many people, so it had to become a movement. It's no more a walk, it's a movement. And what we're trying to do is help to save life, help, bring awareness to this disease.
So how can general public, anyone in general, support the foundation?
They can support any day of the year by, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on all those social media platforms. They can call me, they can call Dr. Marcus Natter. He is our PRO or VP. So, he's very popular now. So they can reach him through cabinet too. Yes. And anything you want to, give, we are welcome because people never stop coming.
Good stuff.
They never stop coming. And one of the things that when we started, I said, it does not matter. Even if it's $1, we will not turn anyone back.
Exactly.
No one turns back. Whether it's the grocery bill we're going to pay or some kind of utility bill, we will help. So, and we've been doing very well. I guess God is on our side because sometimes the money looks like it's going down because, we haven't done, much fundraisers. But for some reason, someone bodies show up and, would say, this is to help. This is to help. So thank God, we're doing wonderful.
Amen.
We are able to help.
Okay.
And we continue to help. Yes.
Tutus and tall socks for tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that.
it has become, the tutus and tarsals has become this big thing in the States, in North America. It has become this big thing.
Okay.
Even, I think the men took it over.
Okay.
Because you're seeing all these pictures with the men.
With their tutus around. Yeah, just for fun. It's
It's for fun.
I feel
It's
like
really
you're
for fun.
visualizing me.
It's really for fun.
Yes.
You know, it just and it must be some kind of laughter at the end of all of this. You just can't be, too serious.
Yes.
So we decided that we will do the tutu and tall socks here. And it's working out. I don't know if any men are going to do that in St. Kitts. I really don't know. You know how men are here, so I doubt it. But the ladies, they're ready. Yes. Tomorrow. Yes.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to see all of it.
Yes.
Maybe one.
I'm sure a few guys for the fun of it will come out in some.
And I remember a few years ago, maybe the pandemic, maybe 3-4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We introduced men in heels. We wanted to do it this year, but it's too many things going on. And we introduced men in heels, and we did that on Bank Street. It was a hit.
It was
Oh
hilarious.
my
I'm sure it was
goodness.
hilarious.
Listen, men in heels, think about it. Men wearing heels.
Yes, and trying to walk in the.
And try to walk in there. It was really, really funny. And we had, radio hosts and we had celebrities. Yes, wearing heels. And it was for a good cause. It was really, really, really for a good cause. And we had a good time.
Did
People
Bozo the
turn
Clown
out
make
like
an
crazy.
appearance? Did Bozo the Clown show up? I'm joking.
He wants to name Bozo the Clown.
I love your energy, by the way.
It's from hilarious.
Listen, next year, God's willing, we will have men in heels,
Yes.
and you will be getting an invitation. Okay? So I'm letting you know that, and you will not turn it down.
Oh, wow.
You've been
I know
told.
better than to argue,
He's
Pamela.
been told. Yeah.
So you want.
Right, so very quickly,
Yes.
remind us again
Yes.
of the Pink Walk Tomorrow registration location and recommended attire.
Okay. Tomorrow is our 13th walk for the cause Race for Life. And today is the last day for registration, so we call it last call. And we will be located opposite of the Newtown Playfield. And of course, you'll see the federal banners that says Essence of Hope. And we'll register. You can pick up your shirts there, and also for online registration. Some of you have not picked up your shirts yet, so they can pick it up there today. And the walk starts at 5:30 in the morning, not 5:36. You'll have to play catch up. 5:30, they turn off, because you try to fight that sun by the bank.
Where does the walk leave from? The Newtown playing field as well? Or?
No, the walk starts off from the Best Buy parking lot.
Okay.
And you have a warm-up.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a personal trainer that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we pray first. Not me. On the other side of Figure Bay.
Okay.
Taking care of things. Okay. And there's a warm-up, prayer warm-up, and go.
Yes.
And you do that 5-mile walk
Okay.
to Figure Bay. And if you are a exercise fanatic, it's nothing to you, but you should see people really struggling, but they're doing it because.
For a good cause.
For the cause.
Yes.
And, someone they remember, someone they love, someone who passed through, someone who's suffering.
Yes.
So, yes.